Hey out there, everyone, and whoever's going to see this. I can't even say YouTube land anymore because I post this to Facebook and my blog and Instagram and all the other. Hello, social media world. How are you? So I was going to honestly don't want to do this video, but I'm doing it for posterity's sake because at least, as I've said before, I appreciate my older videos. I acknowledge that one day this present will be the past, and so my future self might want to see what my former self, my past self looked like, so, or said, or did, or whatever, I don't know. Anyway, so I'm going to do this video. Today is 3 years post-op. Tris. And, I don't know, like last year I did this on the heels of running my first 5K. I did the St. Patty's Day run. It was cold as hell. And I was just about to start CrossFit. And then my actual surgiversary came, and that was like a couple weeks into doing CrossFit. So now this is like a full year into CrossFit. I'm still doing it a lot. I average about 4 times a week or so, like Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, sometimes Friday, and right now we're doing Sundays. I'm also doing a couple of 2-a-days. I'm doing 2-a-days, hopefully Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, because I'm training for an Olympic lifting meet. I want to talk about it. I'll talk about it later. I don't want to. I will. So my second session's just Olympic lifting, just so I can get some training in. So CrossFit sucks, and it's awesome, but it also sucks. It's hard. It's really hard. But really rewarding. I really like lifting weights. I hate Metcons. I like to say that I get through the Metcons just so I can lift weights. I have often thought about just pursuing powerlifting or Olympic lifting to get away from doing Metcons. I don't know. No, probably not. At least not right now. I enjoy my CrossFit box. We're different than some of the other ones. I really like my trainer. I really like the people that I'm with. I spent a lot of time there, of course. I'm in this weird place. Like, I've been there, about a year now. I go pretty consistently. Like, outside of a vacation that I took just this past summer to Miami where I was gone for 9 days. And even then, I tried to do a workout or two where I was gone. Outside of the fact that, like, recently I ripped the crap out of my knee. I fell on some gravel and sprained one of them. And so I took like a week off working out. Outside of that, I haven't really taken more than like 3 or 4 days off working out CrossFitting, like in a year. Like I just do it. It's a really weird balance to get used to. I got a little crazy a couple of times. This past winter, there was a time in January where I was like, I'm going to do 2-a-days and I'm going to do 5 days a week. I'm going to do 6 a.m.s, and then I'm going to, I'm going to do all the things. And I really burnt myself out, and I drove myself crazy, and I was tired, and I get myself into these fits where I need to do all the things, and I need to be a beast, and I need to do all, and just, it can be a sport that if you push yourself, if you naturally push yourself, it's going to push yourself even that much more. Yeah. I've also had some issues with my diet since starting. And I'm not blaming CrossFit. I am blaming myself. All right, this, you ready? You want it? Here it is. I'm like, dude, I'm not bariatric. Like, I'm an athlete. I need I need to eat like an athlete. So I started increasing my carbs and like more eat to perform. Anyway, I started getting more and more lax with food, and I was snacking more, and I was eating unchecked like stuff and equating that it's cool, like I'm working out a lot, blah blah blah. If I'm hungry, I should just eat. And I need to be honest and say I wasn't always eating out of hunger. A lot of times I was eating, if I wasn't eating out of hunger, I was eating for these reasons. I thought I needed to eat more protein because athletes have to eat a lot of protein. I was eating complete out of boredom because I spend long, long hours at the office, and I often find myself just bored, and I just got to get up, and I have to get away from my desk, and I have to get away from my computer because I've been there for like 5 hours straight. And I'll go to the kitchenette area, which is so full of crap. Quit. I work for a large mortgage lender in Detroit. Figure it out. There's always 4 or 5 carby-based snacks, even though they have like healthy snacks in there, and they are technically healthy, but it's like dried fruit and granola and stuff that has like chocolate in it, whatever. Like no matter what, no matter how healthily sourced it is, it's still a food, it's still a carbohydrate, and it's still me eating out of a sense of boredom. And for a long time, I try to be like, oh, well, it's good for me, it's organic, or whatever the fuck I was telling myself. Like, it's okay to eat these things. Like, it's totally okay to eat these things because it's like, oh, well, this is just some dried fruit and some oats and blah, 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 so, like, I should totally eat it. Eating because I have decided that a food is good or a food is bad, not a reason to eat. Had a couple of meltdowns, had one rather recently, so I kept seeing the weight come up a little bit. And I was attributing it at first to an addition of lean muscle. And there has to have been an increase in muscle mass because, like, I can lift more, I have better endurance. So I must have put on some muscle somewhere, right? Right. Okay, cool. Baseline. I don't think I put on 20 pounds of muscle in a year. Don't think it happened. Sorry, no. And then I was telling myself, like, okay, well, but everything still fits. Everything still fits, so everything's, like, cool, right? But I was going through these fits and these bouts of guilt over the eating, and there was more than one, like, just unchecked sessions of just eating because it's there. I have bad habits of wanting to. I'm a clean plate kid. I want to finish everything, whether I want it or not. I want to finish it. And then I would have days where I wasn't like that. I'm out of my house a lot, and I would keep good snacks. Again, I'm equating good and bad things. I would keep good snacks in the house. Dark chocolate bars, healthier, savory things to chew on, nibble on, coconut chips, that sort of thing. And I would forget that they were there because I'm not home a lot anymore. And then I would be kind of proud of myself, like, oh, look, this chocolate bar lasted in this house for like 3 weeks. I'm doing so good. Yeah, I visit my house. I sometimes sleep in my bed. It's not hard to not eat the food in your house when you're not in your house. Alright, so that happened. I was getting really upset with myself. And then I just kind of knee-jerked. And, oh my god, like, I need to totally cut this shit out and eat clean and good and all the protein, and I'm not really, like, I can't eat like an athlete. I can't eat all those carbs. Like, I have to keep eating like total post-op. Food is still food. Food still has calories. There's no plan, there's no diet, there's no theorem There's no amount of exercise that's going to undo the fact that food has a caloric value, and when you put it here, it gets processed here, and then the body does with it whatever it's going to do with it. Alright? So, I can't just eat things because they're good for me, and I can't just eat because, oh, I'm supposed to be eating. I was having some bad body image issues. A lot of it, I think, was equating from the guilt. And, right, so, cool. This comes back to mindful eating. I'm trying to work on mindful eating. There would be times where I would not really feel hungry, but still feel inclined to eat out of a sense of obligation. It's dinner time, I should eat. Oh, you haven't eaten yet? Okay, well, I'm not that hungry, but I'll go with you and eat. Just dumb shit. Knock that crap off. This leads to another issue. Did you see what I just did there? It was negative. It was negative talk. I do it a lot. Unnecessarily so. I say really bad, negative things to myself. And I shouldn't do that. And I think some of it comes from the fact that I tend to have a brutally honest opinion of things. And I drop a lot of F-bombs. And I think those tend to slide into a negative realm rather quickly. And okay, so it was funny. I did a blog post recently, actually just today, and I was talking about how, I'm on the struggle bus, And I made myself stop and think about that word. Why do I keep saying the word struggle? Why do I set up this thing that I'm facing automatically in a defeatist way? It's a struggle. It's a struggle. To me, the word struggle means that you're not necessarily going to win the outcome. Like, you're in a fight and it's a struggle. And it's like, you really don't know whether you're going to win or not. This issue is in my own head. Like, I'm setting this up. Like, my negative self-talk, my body dysmorphia, it's all mine, right? It's me. So why am I setting it up to automatically be like, I don't know if I'm going to win this. It's a struggle. Or I would feel like, oh my God, like today I'm just not going to win this. Like, whatever. I'm just totally going to give into this feeling that like, oh, I hate myself and I hate all this skin and I'm never going to lose all this weight. Blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm doing it all to myself, right? I lost perspective. And I had a couple of, maybe more than a couple, moments of self-pity. Might have been crying involved. I, at the same time, was helping a friend go through a lot of these same issues. And so it was really interesting to hear someone say the things back to me that I was projecting out to someone else. And it gave me a lot of perspective. And I'm not making any kind of judgments to anyone else and whatever issues that they're going on. But it made me feel like I was being really self-indulgent. And there's no need for it. I'm doing this all to myself. I need to continue figuring out, like, what the basic, like, why am I so hesitant to be nice to myself? I don't understand it. Like, I read these articles, oh, self-talk, be nice to yourself. If you wouldn't say that to your best friend, why would you say it to yourself? And then I go, okay, all right, well, I should work on that. And I notice that I'll start having a negative thought, and then I'll be like, okay, well, you really shouldn't think that way. And there's this immediate, like, kickback in my head, like, who the fuck do you think you are? Like, literally, like, it's like that. Like, it comes from, like, this back part of my head, like, this dark demon that's just like, who the fuck do you think you are? It's fucking hippie bullshit, like, And that's exactly what that voice sounds like. Why is it so hard for me to accept to be nice to myself? Like, why is it so hard for me to say, I'm awesome, and like believe it? I constantly downgrade the things that I do. You know, people will congratulate me or thank me or tell me that they find me encouraging or whatever, and I will instantly downgrade it. Like, oh, it's not that great. Oh, like, and I just, is it a sense of humility? Do I not want to, like, I do. I have a big issue with making, feeling like I'm self promoting too much or trying to attention seeking, or I don't want people to think that like I'm too congratulatory of myself, like, oh well, she's always patting herself on the back. Why do I even care what people would think anyway? One. But two, like, I don't want people to be like, oh my god, seriously, Holly. Will you stop talking about food all the time? Will you stop posting pictures of your food? Okay, you lost a bunch of weight, get over it. Like, that's what I really I think that. I think that people see feeds from whatever social media, whatever, and that's what they think. Like, oh my god, seriously, get over yourself. Well, why the fuck do I care? I'm not over myself, nor should I be over myself. Um, just because I've lost a bunch of weight and I've maintained a large amount of that weight loss doesn't mean that my food challenge is over. I have an addiction to eating patterns that can be unhealthy, and just like any other addiction, I will have that for the rest of my life. People who are addicted to drinking and smoking and drugs, they are never over it. You're never done. The only real advantage that some of those people have over what I have is they can teetotal it. You can be an alcoholic and never drink again. I have to learn how to manage food in a healthy way. So I feel like I have a more pressing issue in that I really have to understand what drives me to eat in an unhealthy pattern, because I have to deal with it all the time. Like, there's not just like, okay, well, I'm not going to do this. No, I gotta eat. You gotta eat. Gotta put food in here. You gotta fuel the engine. And it's really hard to look at food as just fuel because we assign so much to food. Food is gift, and food is life, and food is social occasions, and food is a lot more than just fuel, and it's really hard to look at food as just fuel. But that's really all it is. All food does is keep the body going. That's it. That's all it does. Just like air, just like water, it just keeps you moving. But it's really hard to break it down to that kind of elemental level. And people think it's okay to push food, and just, it's the equivalent of, no thank you, I don't want that piece of cake. Oh, come on, it's just a piece of cake. It's just like being like, you're sitting next to someone who doesn't smoke. Oh, come on, just one cigarette. No, I quit smoking, thank you very much. Oh, one cigarette, it's not going to kill you. Like, it sounds like that, it really does. Hey, just one hit of heroin. No, I said no. Please trust me. It's not what I want. I don't have a problem eating in front of people. I don't have a problem eating out as much. I do have a problem with secret eating, sneaky eating. I'll clear some plates eating with another person. Oh, hey, I'll take that to the kitchen. Pick it up. And if there's food on their plate they didn't eat, I have an immediate urge to eat it. That sounds really gross. But I do. If I have leftovers and the food was really good, it was really tasty, what I made was really delicious, I'll put it away, and then like 10 minutes later, 20 minutes later, like, I'll be right back in the fridge, like eating it, but not like putting it on a plate and then going back out to the living room or dining room and eating. Like, I'll just stand in front of the refrigerator and just gobble it down like someone's going to come and catch me. I gotta work on things like that. So that was the whole influence behind why I'm posting the pictures of all my food. Because no matter what it is that I'm eating, I have to own it. And it's not a secret. It's okay for me to eat that and have people see me eat it, no matter what it is. And I'll admit, it's made me not want to eat snacks, because then I have to show you that I'm eating snacks. But it's also been helpful because it has cut down on a lot of unnecessary snacking. I know today there was oh my God. There was so much food left over in the kitchen today. It was insane. And I did have a couple of bites of botana. Like, I was just eating the cheese. Like, I didn't even realize it at first. I was, like, eating the cheese off the top of, like, a couple of bites that I threw on a plate. And I was like, I'm not even hungry. Like, why am I doing this? I'm doing it because the janitors are going to come and throw this food away. And I really like the melty cheese on top. And even though I'm not hungry, they're going to take it away. And then I won't get to have it. Like, that's like, this little inner kindergartner inside of me. Like, oh my God, someone's going to take it away from me. I have to hurry up and... So, that happened twice. I stayed late to underwrite. And even though I went and got a coffee, and I wasn't really super hungry, I was snacky feeling. And I went to the kitchen and I had a couple bites of cheese twice. And I wanted to feel really guilty about it. But it's okay. I need to go to the kitchen and I need to have a couple of bites of something good, more than just like melted cheese off of botana and, you know, a grande coffee from Starbucks. That can't just be dinner. Not super hungry, but I do need to get a little bit of food in me to go to bed on, because I'm going to wake up and go work out tomorrow. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's where I am right now. That's what I got. Working on negative self-talk. I'm back in school. I just started classes. I transferred from Wayne. I'm going to Central Michigan. It's an online degree program. It's a BS in community development. The first class I decided to take was stats. That was a horrible idea. Why I decided to do something really hard, the first thing I'm going to do something, is totally beyond me, but I love doing crap like that to myself. So yeah, but that class should be over in a couple of weeks. Oh my God. So I work a lot. We've been on mandatory 50s for months. It's not even anything. Working a 50-hour week is nothing. I work out 4 to 5 days a week. I'm taking a class. I'm seeing someone, so I'm generally at his place a couple nights a week. I'm busy. It's good. Life's pretty good. When I don't get myself all freaked out and I let the stress get to me and then I start OCDing over dumb things like food and obsessing about the skin, which is a lot of that is stress induced. I recently had a car accident and I was noticing that I was having a lot of issues post the car accident with my panic, and I was coming really close to several times having like full-blown panic attacks, and I haven't had a full-blown panic attack in a couple of years now, but I was getting pretty close there a couple of times. I did a lot of CBT through it, cognitive behavioral therapy. I have to talk out loud to myself in my car. Feels really stupid, but it works. I started avoiding a certain exit entrance on-ramp, which I know to be a pattern that I do when the anxiety starts getting bad with driving. And so I forced myself, on days that I felt good, that it was bright and sunny and good weather, I forced myself to go onto these on-ramps so that I wouldn't start building that pattern up again. So that was good. I felt I managed that pretty well. And then since I think because I was managing that end, stress was coming out in other places, like in the food and the snacking and the eating and then the body dysmorphia. So, man, stress will fuck you up. Stress will do some shit. So, that's it. That's what I got. This is probably going to run really long. But yeah, so posterity's sake, like, this is 3 years. This is 3 years. I don't know, I weigh like 185 right now. Something like that. I had seen 194. That freaked me out. The idea of hitting almost 200 again, ooh, that was bad. I cried. I hopefully am going to stay more accountable. I would love to go back into the 170s. I really would. I think unless I get surgery and I work really, really hard, I don't know if I'm going to get any lower than the 160s, 170s. I don't know. Like, I got a big ass. I run heavy. I don't know, man. I know I'm not supposed to, like, care about numbers on a scale, but whatever, fuck it. No one gets to tell me what I get to care about and not care about. I'll care about whatever I damn well please. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna sign off now. So, future Holly, this is what Holly 3 years out did. And, hopefully I will be saying this to a future Holly that is happy to have seen that I decided to record this. Have a good night, everyone.